Yeah, guys. So welcome back. Welcome, Prithu. You were
Thank you,
missed
thank you.
last time when we started. So today, what we're gonna talk about? So, what's the hottest topic, Brad? What's the hottest topic that we should talk about today?
ICC Champions Trophy Finals.
Yeah, I think
That's
that
what we
was
should
just
talk
crossing
about.
my mind. Prithu, do you agree?
Of course, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, AJ, what do you think?
Champions League final. That's what it is.
Hey, man, I think
game.
our group chat was kind of buzzing the other day. I think the past 2 days, man. Like the game between India and Australia was pretty good, but the second inning wasn't so much fun. If few wickets would have fell earlier, if few catches would have taken, I don't know. I didn't watch that portion, but yeah, would have been different. But man, King Kohli, chase master.
Yeah, I know.
Wasn't
We
fun.
must be bummed right now because Australia lost to India. I'm so excited to, kind of like, put his leg right now.
Yeah, I think India played really well, but Australia didn't get enough runs on the board. And then, like you said, I mean, King Kohli always comes to the rescue for Team India. And of course, we cannot forget what Shreyas Iyer did. I think his contribution was really valuable in the middle. Yeah, as always, he's doing really good for India.
I think it's just if you go back and see the World Cup, it's exactly what happened to India in that World Cup because they were like about 140 odd for three in about 30 overs. So if you see that, it's about 280, 290 score. It's like practically should be the score, to kind of in the first inning. But that's exactly what happened to Australia. They were like around 130-ish. I think 140-ish in that 28, 29 over mark at for 3, and then they lost the wicket and they folded for us.
Yeah, I mean, the way Steve Smith was going, and before that, Travis Head, he was like, he almost took it.
Yeah,
And, the ground they're playing, I think 265 is the highest.
It's right around
Yeah.
there, yeah.
That has been chased. Like, 267 is the score that has not been.
yeah, somewhere around
Right.
that market.
Right. So I was also looking at that while I was looking at watching the first inning when Travis Head was going, and even after he was gone, I thought Steve Smith and Josh English. I think they both were batting, and I thought
Josh
they were gonna
English,
get
yeah.
closer to 300, but I don't know. Like
Sure,
after
yeah.
200, something happened and they crumbled.
Yeah,
Sure.
at the halfway mark, they must have thought that they were like 25 runs short, and that was the difference, I guess. I mean,
Sure.
but
Sure.
India are too strong in those conditions. I mean, they've been playing in that ground for like past the league games and also the semifinals, which they won. So I think they've been doing really well, and going into the finals, of course, they will be the favorites.
The funny part was, right, Pat Cummins. Did you guys hear what Pat Cummins said? India making a fuss about mockery about not playing in Pakistan and stuff like that. What about Australians criticizing Afghanistan for not letting women play cricket and then not
Yeah.
doing, they were telling we're not gonna play the game. I'm like, come on, Aussies, you always wanna make some noise before the game to kind of bring give some brain fart to India, but
It's
that's not gonna work every
Aussie culture.
time. That's what I'm saying.
That's the Aussie culture.
It didn't work this time, to be honest.
Popped in my mind. Next game, the final. Who do you guys think? Should KL Rahul play or should he be replaced by Rishabh Pant?
Okay, Prithu, you want to go first or you want me to go first on that?
You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Okay, Vince, my personal favorite, I will always want Rishabh Pant in the team because that's going to give you another mixture of lefty in the lower batting order. There's no full-time, full-time, off spinners. It's always a part-time off spinner. So mostly they're left-arm orthodox or leg spinners. So he's pretty aggressive. I was good, but he's always scoring runs. But my personal favorite is always Rishabh Pant. He has that dynamic role that it can change the game. He can just take the game away from the opponent any given point of time.
Where do you put him to bat? What number?
Well, same where I was batting, to be honest.
So we all know how big a player Rishabh Pant is. I mean, he's proven himself in the past as well. But going through the tournament and how KL Rahul has been playing, and of course we've seen how Gautam Gambhir has backed him up, and he's constantly been saying in the press conference as well that he's got an average of almost 50 in ODIs, and we all know what quality KL Rahul is. He always bats up the order, and he's been doing really well. Of course, he's missed a few chances behind the stumps, but then coming into the finals, it would be a big call to not to play KL Rahul and bring in Rishabh Pant. So I think he's gonna play KL Rahul, and he played a pretty good knock in the semis as well, supporting Virat Kohli, taking pressure off his shoulders while he was batting and almost reached another 100. But then KL Rahul, I think he took the onus on himself and just played his own and played a really crucial knock.
Do you guys see any changes in the playing 11? Then?
I don't think it's gonna change, but what I was saying is my personal opinion. I would like Rishabh Pant to bat, but I don't think India's gonna change the playing 11.
No.
I don't think so. That's gonna happen.
That's true. And I think the playing 11 is going to be the same. They're going to play 4 spinners. Varun Chakravarti, I think he got 5 against New Zealand in the league game. So going to the finals, he's going to be another big player for India.
What do you think of the Kiwi, New Zealand team? I think they're well prepared to face India.
They are.
They're always doing well against India.
They always do well against India.
Personal opinion, they're
true.
my personal favorites.
Yeah.
Even my favorites are New Zealand to win the
I would
tournament, but
love
then
to see them win. And the other thing is, when there's New Zealand, there's always a barrier for India. Look at so many finals, man. Or look at, I think the past 2-3 ICC tournaments, New Zealand has been the one coming between the trophy and Indian cricket team.
True.
So yeah.
But see, what about New Zealand cricket is they really do it well in subcontinent. They know how to bat. They have Ken Williamson who bats really good with spinners. Rachin does really well with spinners. Kumbi does really well with spinners. Latham is really good with spinners too.
Yes, that's true.
Glenn Phillips is a striker. So if you see, they can bat, against spinners. So we say India has 4 quality spinners and they have really quality batsmen to back them up. They're about to play these spinners, So,
also, their pace bowling is quite quality as well. Santner, of course, we cannot forget Santner. We all know how they whitewashed India 3-0. No other team had done in 25 years. So and their batsmen play spinners really well. I think they'll do their homework coming in and playing in Dubai as they have played against India in the league game. So they'll know the conditions. Of course, India has the upper hand since they've been in one place throughout the tournament, and they know how the dimensions of the ground is, how the pitch is going to play throughout the innings. But I mean, you can never take out New Zealand out of the match. They're set. That's why they are in the finals, right? They just outplayed South Africa in the semis, which is completely a one-sided game.
And see, the seamers are really good too. Hold on, and I'm going to add on this, because what they do is they're not quick, but they're swing bowlers, So they use the ball, the new ball so well. So if they're gonna take few wickets earlier, in the game, the whole dynamic's gonna change. Because Matt Henry has been doing really well against India. If you see that Matt Henry has taken a lot of wickets, always trouble in cricket. So he's gonna use the new ball really well. So that's my worry for Indian cricket at this point of time. If you're gonna look at the finals. Sorry, Ajay, go for it.
No, that's all right. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Bowling wise, New Zealand has different attack than what India has. I think India will again play spin 4 spinners.
Of course, no doubt,
Right?
Yeah.
If we count down,
Kuldeep, Jadeja, Patel.
Yes.
They have
and they all are different kind of spinners, Jadeja bowls a different line as to Akshar. They both are left arm, but then their bowling styles are different. And then, of course, we know how Kuldeep is going to come in handy with his Chinaman. And then Varun Chakravarti, I mean, he's got 6 or 7 different kind of variations. So it's a big plus for India that they have Varun in the team, as they bought in the New Zealand match previous in the league game, and he took 5 wickets. So that's gonna count. That's a big bonus for India, and he's a very clever bowler. I mean, he was not supposed to be a cricketer, but then he got into cricket and then started bowling all those variations. I've seen one I've seen in one of his interviews before, and he said that he started playing at the age of 17, or he was opening batsman. Yeah. So he started quite late, but then his variations has been tremendous and very beneficial for Team India.
So I think the hungry bowler is going to be Kuldeep. He's not been that effective. So Kiwis might go attack him because he's been in the loser ends, and that might be a key for India to take wickets, because I think they're going to attack Kuldeep. And if Kuldeep is going to kind of step up in his game, I think he's going to be very, very lethal in the finals, because he has not been taking wickets. He's been doing well, but I think if they're going to watch out for Varun and others, they're going to attack someone, and Kuldeep's the one they're going to attack, and he might be a bowler who might take a lot of wickets in finals.
I think whoever plays spinners better are going to win this game.
Win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. New Zealand is they also have a good spinners. If you see, they have, Santner in there. They have Bracewell if India has lefty batsman. Then you have Rachin is a part-time bowler.
Right.
There's one more spinner they bowl.
Even Phillips can roll.
Yeah, Glenn Phillips bowls some off spinners, quicker ones. So They also have a lot of variety of bowlers in New Zealand team, and they're disciplined, to be honest. They don't try, they stick to basics. They feel really well, and that's where they might be able to be handy to restrict India for a lesser total if they bat first.
And they've been around together for a while now, so they know each other, they practice against each other, and they're equally good if you compare both sides. I think New Zealand, like Kiwi bowlers, has more success when it comes to taking wickets. Indian bowlers are more economical, whereas Kiwis have more wickets.
Because they attack the line, they don't attack the stumps.
Right, I think last 11
and
games
one thing
he
with,
has 5 wickets. And whereas
yes, and one thing with New Zealand is that they're not going to bowl too many extras, and they're brilliant in the field. They've got like lights of Phillips, who is like just flying around. They say that Kiwis don't fly, but it's not the case with Phillips apparently. He's doing just phenomenal stuff in the field. I mean, it's great to watch him. I mean, anticipate left and right. He dives to the left as he does to the dominant side on his right. It's just amazing to see him in the field. And New Zealand are really disciplined side, like you guys mentioned, and they'll not bowl too many extras. They know their cricket. They've been gelled up really well. They play as a team. And India would be well aware of that, because they know how New Zealand have disappointed them in the past. Just even in ICC tournaments, and New Zealand have been really consistent throughout the ICC tournaments, even in the World Cups, Champions Trophy. Now they're in the finals, and I really hope that they can come up in the top of India in the finals.
Well, I have no hope that, Prithu. I'm going to cross that off.
I know.
I would love to see Rachin bat, score some runs, because, that is my current favorite player. Because, he bats aggressive. He can rotate his game. He is very, very balanced at it. He knows where to attack, where to settle down. Doesn't take pressure. Whenever the new ball batsman comes in, he will score some runs and then ease out the pressure for the other one. So, Kane can just take singles and doubles and, work on his game, while Rachin is going to attack for sure. So he's going to make that, easiness for the other players that coming into play. So basically, if you look at India and Australia, New Zealand both have the same kind of game plan. You have a few players who's gonna knock single doubles, play longer innings, and in between they have players who's gonna play aggressive and kind of give that a push to the game, so that they score runs and they are maintaining the run rate.
Yeah, they two are definitely the best side in the tournament. That's why they're playing the finals. And like you said, I mean, New Zealand have got really good batsmen, and Darren Mitchell was not scoring runs, but then he came in the semi-final, scored a good 49. I think that's what he got. And then you have Tom Latham coming in at 5. He's going to play his sweep shots and then rotate the strike. And then you have Glenn Phillips coming in. Then you have Simon come in. So it's overall really good batting lineup, which I think India would be wary of, and they know that they can just tighten the screws with their spinners whenever they come in the middle overs. So it's going to be a really good game, and I think it's going to suit India more, as we all know. But then you cannot take New Zealand out of the game at all, because they've got some really quality players.
So my question here is name one player to watch for while batting for both the times, for both the teams. For example, who should we watch for? Who's going to be an X factor for India, and who's going to be an X factor for New Zealand, batting wise, in your opinion?
Go for it, Ashik.
For me, the batsman to watch on Kiwi side would be Kane Williamson. Possibly the dark horse. I just have a feeling where the game will turn around in certain manner, and somebody from Indian side might come to the rescue, which is my current favorite all-rounder, Akshar Patel.
Okay,
right.
Cool. What about you, Prithu? What do you think? Who's the X factor
I think New Zealand, I think it will be Kane Williamson, because he's one of the most experienced players, and they're gonna just rely more on Williamson, because he's gonna be really the the backbone for New Zealand. He's gonna rotate the strike. If the wicket falls early, he's gonna come in and just steady the ship, and he's gonna guide the middle order towards a good total. And for India, I think the crucial batsman, in my point of view, is going to be Rohit Sharma, because of the impact he creates top of the order. He's not got a big score in this tournament, but then coming into the finals, as big a player as Rohit Sharma is, and the impact he creates at the opening slot, I mean, if he gets India off to a flyer, as he was getting India off to a flyer in the World Cup finals against Australia.
For me, I think for India, it's going to be Hardik Pandya. It's due for him. I think India is going to collapse. It's going to have some hiccups, and then, they're gonna play. That's what my opinion is. Like we're just like throwing it, right? But that's what I'm thinking. Like they're gonna lose some early wickets, and somebody's gonna kind of capitalize in the middle. Where they're just gonna build a partnership, and the X factor is gonna be Hardik Pandya, who's gonna come later in the stage and smack all over the place and give a good total to India. On the other side, for me, is Tom Latham on the New Zealand side because he's really good at reverse sweeping. So that's going to bother Indian cricketers, Indian bowlers, because a lot of spinners, and they don't know what to do with that, because when a batsman starts sweeping, it's already like cumbersome. But now when you do reverse sweep, that's going to be even more difficult because if you stick it, it's great.
Yeah, so he's going to manipulate the field, playing those crossback shots.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's gonna be really important for New Zealand.
That's my opinion. I mean, different thought process, and let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be really interesting when we have this conversation. Watch the game on Sunday.
Sure.
It's going to be like, wow, this happened.
We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully so.